Hello and welcome back to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here on Shockwave, just 2 weeks away from No Mercy, the next pay-per-view. And we're going to dive into some pre-show matches before we get to the main card, where we gave the club a victory. And we see Anderson's getting a lot better. TJ Perkins picked up a win over one of my youngsters. Brian Kendrick and Anthony Nice picked up a win. Just trying to give them in the right direction sort of thing, as we always do. Will Ospreay picked up yet another victory, and Leo Rush, I'm learning, is somebody I should be using a lot more. Kane picked up a win over Dennis McKing. Just put him with a more iconically legend guy to see what he could get. Turns out not much. And Austin Aries picked up a win over Aaron Solo. Cody Hall, now officially on the main card, picked up a victory. And we then just have a big sort of tag team match with the Cruiserweights looking to pick up a victories. Bit of momentum for the whole lot, as we can see by Noam Dar, Sin Cara, Zack Sabre and Phoenix all getting an average of about 50, even though Rhino was the star attraction. And the main event, I gave Atami a victory over Mystico. You'll learn in the show why. We start the show with Rusev the champ coming out and getting interrupted by CM Punk, but then Nakamura joins the party and the two champs go face to face. Rusev the world heavyweight, Nakamura the United States champion, and with both challengers just in the background, we get a bit of a sort of, we're going to put on the best sort of match, we're going to steal the show, we're going to walk out champions type of thing. And Rusev created a new catchphrase. Interesting. We then move in to the first match of the night. This is a King of the Ring match, and Oblivion Max defeated Cody Rhodes when Tyler Breeze distracted Cody Rhodes. Now, that's a great match to say before we go much further. I decided to start a few more little side storylines, and Tyler Breeze and Cody Rhodes is going to be one. And afterwards, the Fashion Capital attack Cody Rhodes, with Tyler Breeze sort of saying why he's doing it, sort of thing. And one of my personal favourite Cody Rhodes characters is when he was wearing the mask, and it's sort of like, that was when you're sort of post-dashing Cody Rhodes. So Tyler Breeze is sort of trying to get that back out in Cody. You once were dashing, and then you were broken, and now look, you're just being forgotten on this show, which is kind of true. We're barely using Cody. Even I turned him face to give him a title shot or two, and then those plans just didn't happen. So it's kind of a real life sort of situation. But then we don't really have much planned for him at the moment. So I thought, well, maybe I'll give Tyler Breeze a little rub off Cody's popularity. And this is to do with trying to get Mustafa Ali over a little bit more. We gave Mustafa Ali and the special edition a victory over Jack Evans in TM61. Ali was improving a lot, and he constantly keeps getting the improve the story. The gimmick being awful, which is fine. We then have Neville and Omega coming to the ring, cutting a promo on each other, sort of building up to their Cruiserweight title match. And the idea, just to give them both a little rub, get some hype behind this Cruiserweight title match that we need. And then Neville has his King of the Ring qualifier, where he beats Cedric Alexander. Kenny will have his later in the night. And William Regal brings out Drew and the newest member of his British invasion, Sheamus. And which Wade Barrett then interrupts, saying, "You attacked me after I take that title off Drew. I'm coming for you, Sheamus. And I'm pretty sure I know who's going to be facing you at No Mercy in your first pay-per-view match. We will reveal that next week. So we're going to have that happen title match. Drew McIntyre, the European Champion versus Bad News. Kind of has to happen. And Sheamus will face somebody else, which we'll learn about soon. But to show Sheamus' dominance, he comes back and he beats Mark Henry pretty easily, and a solid 71. Mark Henry's not over at all. We then continue our build up to John Cena, AJ Styles, as they both talk about the best matches they've had in the recent year, about how they need that one last title run to cement their legacies, and if they're the loser, pretty much loses a chance at a long-term title run ever again, because John Cena, if he loses, he has to go another year past SummerSlam, and AJ can have a match for a title for WrestleMania next year, or the night after WrestleMania is his first eligible one. So that's a big stake match happening at No Mercy. Just to cool the crowd a bit, Braun Strowman squashed Shelton Benjamin. Shelton's got declining physical ability. He's going the wrong direction. There's not much more. He will probably just see out his contract. Bobby Roode is furious that Adam Cole cost him the King of the Ring title. Basically, before the match last week, Adam Cole got bumped into Bobby Roode, who sort of just gloated and said that he'll be the King of the Ring. You don't even need to enter. Adam Cole didn't take too nicely to this and cost Roode his match against Okada. So we're building up this little storyline between Roode and Adam Cole, which will happen at No Mercy. And we have a nice little, just to push a few little tag team storylines here. We had Jay Briscoe and Tyson Kidd both in the tag title situation, and Kalisto and Murphy because of the random tag team one I have going, and Jay Briscoe continues to improve. We then have Sami Zayn and Okada cutting a promo. I can't use Sami Zayn in matches because of an injury, or I don't want to risk the injury worth more, so we're going to do a promo this week. Sami Zayn and Okada both come from a background where they've earned their respect in their previous roles. I know Sami was the Intercontinental Champion when he was on Raw, but Okada has yet to hold a title, and it's going to be their time to look to get the US title or beyond. And you can see it's a great rated segment. They're both ready and willing to go. The only thing holding it back was it was slightly short, but it was just putting that ready for their big match at No Mercy, which I hope Sami is fit for. It's touch and go. Kenny Omega advances in the Cruiserweight tournament, beating Colby Corino. Yeah, that was a simple one. It was a nice, tidy draw for Kenny. I was never going to let Corino get a surprise win in that one. I'm continuing a bit of my backstage things where I'm teasing the next week's match. Shane calls Atami into the office and says that next week his first round match will be against the Red Machine, Kane. So yeah, it's not a pre-match. Let's both, all of us, be honest together. It's not going to be the match of the night. It's just trying to give Atami and Kane a match on telly. We'll see what happens. And Austin Aries then storms to the ring and cuts a promo. He's kind of warning Rusev and Punk that he's only got about 5 weeks before he needs to cash in his Money in the Bank. Yeah, he still holds it. He hasn't got over as much as I'd like, so I don't really know how I'm going to do this. So yeah, we're teasing that he wants to cash in soon. And in our main event, we get another brilliant match. We then have Punk and Nakamura versus Rusev and Samoa Joe. To which Joe makes Nakamura tap. It was meant to be pinned. Never mind. It's done what it needed to do. Give us an excellent rating. And then afterwards, Shane comes out and says that Punk and Rusev will be having a contract signing next week to state that this will be their last ever meeting for that title, whoever wins. Yeah, so that's a nice end to the show. Let's see if we got into the mid. We got an 87. That's quality. We had some good matches on tonight's card. Even Omega Karina a couple of months ago, that probably would have been a 40. And probably say the same for Neville and Cedric. That would have been a lot lower. So I'm kind of happy with where this show went. We're going to go back to the main screen and see if there's any important news. And we are back to the main screen, so let's check some news. We have a retiree as the main story. Slightly frustrating enough, we put in one of our best shows in a long time. We have Jimmy Jacobs returning as a road agent, nothing more. Nothing too important with that side of details. I'm pretty sure he was in NXT. I can't remember anymore, I've got too many talents. Brian Kendrick won a match and he's moaning. That's unusual. We usually don't moan when they don't win matches. Well, the referee has changed his body type. Okay, well, that's news, I guess. Yes, that's kind of important to some people. Creative meeting. Let's check the hot and not list. Nobody from the current show, Shockwave. Brian Kendrick is there, but he won a match. He actually won a match. I know it was pre-show, but they all count. And the battle for Britain is on 75. The beautiful disaster only just started. Cruiserweights sunk down after the other matches. This is a filler storyline. It's as simple as that. Just rude. Okay. Respect is pretty much waiting for the showdown between them all. The tag titles I'm happy with. The world title was great. The tag teams, just odd tag teams, is fine. And the US title is great too. I think that is everything for this show. And we are going to be returning for Monday Night Raw in our build-up to see who will be where we will have Kevin Owens versus Bray Wyatt in the title rematch. So thank you all for watching.